Hi, we are approaching the 30th day of this legislative session, which means we only have about 60 days left. Very short time, lots more work to continue to do. This week, Senate Bill 128 is going to be heard. This bill is the governor's proposal called the Sovereign Wealth Model. This model would use the permanent fund earnings reserve account to bridge the budget shortfall. It's very similar to Senate Bill 114, which we highlighted in last week's newsletter. So we'll give you the lowdown on that and connect you to that hearing so you can take a look at what was discussed. In Senate Resources, we're going to start reviewing some of the governor's appointees. We have one of the appointees for the Board of Game coming up. We're also on Wednesday going to be hearing from Mr. John Sturgeon. John took a case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court that discusses the sovereignty that Alaska has over navigable waters. This sovereignty, this authority over the waters in Alaska was obtained at statehood. And it has been questioned now by the federal government. And so Mr. Sturgeon is defending the state's rights and took it to the U.S. Supreme Court. We'll be having Mr. Matthew Findley, his Anchorage-based attorney, present at the hearing. Mr. Findley debated this or presented this before the U.S. Supreme Court, as well as our Assistant Attorney General that spoke on behalf of the state. On Saturday, the 13th of February, so the day before Valentine's Day, Representative Lance Pruitt and I held a constituent meeting in the district. We had 53 people present, and they stayed for the entire 2-hour meeting. We had a great discussion. Main topics we discussed were the various tax proposals, also use of the permanent fund's earnings reserve. We talked about budget cuts. Folks had a lot of opinions about that. It was great to hear them all, and it was a very, very good discussion, so I enjoyed that very much. I want to make sure that you all know the Permanent Fund Corporation is going to be holding a public hearing on Friday the 19th to talk about the 3 proposed plans to utilize part of the permanent fund earnings reserve to support government. That meeting is going to be held in the Atwood building. They're in Anchorage. It's open to the public. So if you're interested, I'd encourage you to attend. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.